Coming up.
Now that 2021 is officially over, we look back on the year of football.
Plus, hungry fans go wild at Wembley again.
Yes lads, it's the Football Fan Team boys here, and in today's video we are delighted to welcome you to our brand new Football Fan Team YouTube channel.
A channel we just can't wait to run, with all sorts of reviews across the English football pyramid and beyond.
Very excited for those vlogs, but without further ado, let's take a trip down memory lane as we look back at the top 10 games in 2021. These are the top 10 games that we have attended in the last 12 months.
So, straight in at number 10. A pre-season friendly with Watford against West Brom.
How's that got in there?
You might be thinking, how's that got in there? Well, this is a very special game to us, because this is the first game we attended right after COVID-19 lockdown. And what a game it was. 0-0. But it doesn't matter. We stood outside the stadium for a while and we got to meet Ismail Assar.
It was unbelievable. He was there. He was offering photos to everyone, and happily, we weren't going to say no, and he was a really nice guy as well.
World-class player. And speaking of world-class players, we can't forget about Ben Foster himself.
Against his former club as well, I specifically remember he spent 45 minutes playing the game, and then throughout the whole half-time period, he was with the West Brom fans signing autographs and everything. He's a top man. Now, in the number 9 spot, we have an opening day Vanarama National League clash between Barnet and Notts County. Now, at the time, Harry Kewell was the manager of the Bees, but he's later been sacked. And based off what we saw in the opening day, I can't think why. Barnet started with a lot of new players. Former Orient player Jamie Turley captaining the side, and Jordan Thomas starting at right back. However, it didn't really help the Bees as they were hammered 5-0 by a much superior Notts County side who looked a lot more well drilled. A penalty from Callum Roberts shown on screen now, and 2 goals from Ruben Rodriguez ensured the Magpies took a 5-0 win back up north.
Number 8. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Arsenal were at home for this one, and it had been a while since I'd seen my team play there. The Emirates was buzzing. There were loads of people there, and it was a bit overwhelming to see my club play again. It was great. It was a 2-2 draw in the end. Lacazette scoring a last-minute equaliser. The limbs were unbelievable. Me and Jake were both there.
The limbs were also unbelievable in the Palace end when they scored 2 goals.
We don't need to talk about that one.
He's celebrating a 2-2 draw against Crystal Palace. That's how far his club have fallen.
Oh, come on. We're in the top 4 now.
Top 4. Now, in at number 7 was a fairly recent game between Watford and West Ham United. Now, this was a big game for both teams, with Watford flirting above the relegation zone and West Ham trying to get back into those European places. And both sides hadn't been on the best run of form. West Ham were in a terrible run of form and had just come back after losing 3-2 at home to Southampton. And Watford hadn't played for a couple of weeks due to a recent COVID outbreak in Claudio Ranieri's squad. Now, the atmosphere at this game was really good. I sat in the Vicarage Road stand, right next to the West Ham United fans who were unbelievable for the whole game. Emmanuel Dennis scoring an absolute screamer on 4 minutes was when it looked like that Watford were going to get something out of the game, but West Ham showed their class in the end, scoring 4 goals and really looking a lot superior than Claudio Ranieri's men. I also managed to meet Glenn Murray on that day and captured a lovely little conversation between Stuart Pearce and John Barnes.
Number 6. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. This was one of my favourite games. This time, the atmosphere in the Emirates was actually insane.
You said that for the last one.
Yeah, but this time it was better than usual.
Yeah.
Anyway, the game was 3-1. We have an Aubameyang penalty.
Come on. Come on. Please.
Smith Rowe scored and Partey hit the bar and scored as well. It was all in all a great game, Arteta masterclass in my opinion. And Emi Martinez getting loads of hackles, which in my opinion wasn't called for. But Aaron Ramsdale, he's better than you.
Not too sure about that one. Bit of a camera keeper in my opinion.
If you say so, but we all know that Aaron Ramsdale's been the best keeper in the league this season, maybe other than De Gea.
He's definitely been the best keeper in the league after the other 19 goalkeepers in the league. It's not that good. Now, in at number 5 was my mob Leyton Orient, as we welcomed Hartlepool United to the Brea Group Stadium. This game was football for a fiver, so there were loads of fans turning up, Hartlepool turned up in their hundreds. There was at least 900 of them. And for League Two, that is a lot. Now, this was a very good game for Orient, but it was slightly peculiar. It looked like it had been half time, but the referee brought the players out and, well, they went back to their original sides. Turns out the referee played the 4 minutes of additional time he forgot to play in the first half and then blew the whistle when they switched sides. It was like seeing three halves of football. In the actual game, Aaron Dryden scored a hat-trick. Got into the EFL Team of the Week as well. I heard if you put a Hunter on him, he's supposed to be the best striker in the game. Forget Mbappe, he's brilliant. Orient really were dominant against the Hartlepool side, who got rid of Dave Challoner about a couple days later due to our fantastic, triumphant 5-0 victory.
Now, coming in at number 4, Arsenal, Sunderland.
Another Arsenal one.
Oh, come on, it's the last one, I promise.
Okay.
Anyway, the game was 5-1. Eddie Nketiah got a hat-trick, even though his haters were doubting him. Oh, Charlie Patino.
Scored a tap-in.
Best youngster in the league.
Scored a tap-in.
Best youngster in the league. Anyway, number 87 got his goal on his debut. It was a brilliant day for him and his family.
We also saw a very familiar face, didn't we?
Jeremy Corbyn was in the row in front of us.
Yes, the Jeremy Corbyn. He just sat there in his flat cap, ignoring all the stick that everyone gave him. There were all sorts of chants aimed at him. I mean, we didn't know he was a football fan anyway.
It was really funny though. He was just sitting there, all grumpy old manny. And he was just sitting there, cheering, crying, like any other football fan.
Now, as we talk about Carabao Cup quarter-finals, the Arsenal-Sunderland game, in at number 3 is another quarter-final. Tottenham versus West Ham. You weren't there, obviously. But I was, and it was a very feisty encounter. I was caught in the West Ham police escort coming towards the ground. It was proper feisty. They were trying to start all sorts of fights with the Tottenham fans. With the actual game, I was really impressed with the Tottenham Stadium. It was the first time I've been here, and it was really good. The atmosphere, a lot better than Arsenal, by the way. Really better. They actually cared, and
come on,
they were loud.
you got to think about the game. It was a London derby, and then it was a 5-1 win against Sunderland.
They were
Can't be
a lot louder
comparing.
than you. They were louder than you. I'm just saying what I saw. Tottenham taking lead before Jared Bowen sent 3,000 West Ham fans into absolute pandemonium in the away end. It was Stephen Bergwijn who got the second goal, which then went on to be the winner, as Tottenham booked their place in the semi-final. And by the way, as we talk about Carabao Cup semi-finals, watch out for next week, because could be doing a vlog at one of them.
Coming in at number 2, a League 2 game. Now you might be thinking, why is there a League 2 game at the number 2 spot?
And I'll tell you exactly why. League 2 is miles better than the Premier League.
The fans are better. Anyway, the game ended 3-1 with Theo Archibald scoring a screamer.
Oh! And again, shoot!
And we met him before the game, didn't we?
Yeah, here's a picture.
Brilliant goal as well. It was with his left foot, and it was probably one of the best goals we've scored so far this season. And even though it was in September, it was our last away win.
We had a great pre-match meal as well. You had a lamb kebab and I had a chicken kebab.
And it capped off a brilliant day down in Bristol, and travelling home with the 3 points was absolutely amazing, even though our train was cancelled.
Let's see what's at the number 1 spot.
Now you might be thinking, what is at the number 1 spot? Leyton Orient, Arsenal, Watford, even Tottenham.
No. England versus Hungary. This game ended in a draw, but does it matter when you're going to Wembley? What a stadium.
This was unbelievable. We only decided the day before as well. Noah said to me in our lesson at school, "Do you want to go to Wembley?"
And Jake replied with, yeah, sure.
So, later we find ourselves buying tickets to go to a massive World Cup qualifying game between England and Hungary. And let me tell you, it was one of the best experiences ever, and the best experience that we both had in 2021. The Hungary fans, they were mental. From the first minute, they were going mad. Their shirts were off. It was freezing. But that's how the Hungarians do their football. It was a brilliant game.
Absolute riot.
Hungary went in front early on with a Dominic Szoboszlai penalty, and England just didn't really look up to it. John Stones obviously got the equaliser to complete a very well-rounded night for this England team, who took one step closer to qualifying for Qatar.
We cannot forget the atmosphere and the bar before the game. My God, what What a day.
I have never seen football fans come together like that before. And that's what England does, you know. Everyone who supports a different team, if you're a Swindon fan, if you're a Man City fan, it doesn't matter. Because everyone in this country supports England, or at least most of them. Everyone's an England fan. Everyone's supporting the England. And it's so nice to just get along with so many people who are all in one place for the same cause.
A massive thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you're new.
Well, he said subscribe because you do not want to be missing the brand new content we'll be bringing out for you in 2022. We've got all sorts of vlogs and we start very soon. From me and from Noah, Happy New Year and we'll see you next time.